Hello, everybody. Welcome to another fantastic day of SSL football. My name is Xenlos, and I'm joined today by.
Well, I didn't come up with a witty tagline for today.
So we're in for some Division 2 today, the second to last match day of the season. And we have some pretty exciting matchups on the docket today. Like I said before the cast, we had 1 versus 2, 3 versus 4, 5 versus 6, 7 versus 8. It's very satisfying.
I love symmetry.
I mean, is there any game besides Buenos Aires, Paris that's got to be the most exciting game on the docket, right?
Yeah, I think Seoul versus Montreal could be pretty fun too. But obviously, the big money maker is Buenos Aires versus AS Paris. Will it be a coronation or a capitulation?
I'm confused. Your vocabulary scares me.
Will they be coronated champions, or will they be capitulate as in they'll bottle it?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I know what coronation means, but capitulating is not a word I've thought about in a long time. Anyhow, that is going to be
the English degree.
Yeah, that is going to be the first game actually on the schedule today. Is Buenos Aires versus Paris. 1 versus 2. Buenos Aires at first with 28 points, plus 21 goal differential. AS Paris in second with 26 points and a plus 21 goal differential. So if Buenos Aires wins this game, they've not only clinched promotion, but they've clinched winning the league, which is fantastic for them. If Paris win this game, they will all but clinch promotion, considering that they would have a 6-point lead with like a 17 plus goal differential lead, which would be ridiculous to overcome in 2 games. But yeah.
Math and numbers.
And then it'll all come down to what Montreal and Seoul do, which will be the third game of the day. Man, we are having quite the wait before games start.
Yeah, I was about to ask. Someone got that elevator hold music,
right? Like I legitimately just checked to make sure that I didn't like pause the video on accident because like it's quite the wait. We're just building the suspense for that first game.
Ooh,
suspense.
Sounding like the aliens from Toy Story. Here we go. Finally.
Here we go. Let's go. We're going. All right. So
this match taking place in Argentina. So bit of a rematch of the World Cup final. Buenos Aires lining up in a 4-3-3. Pretty standard run-of-the-mill. Other synonyms for ordinary, and
that's a 7.
Somewhat of a 4-3-3. It's somewhat of a 4-3-3 from AS Paris. More of a 4-5-1, really.
That is a 7 in the back. But
let's see what happens here.
Cover me for a second because I thought I saw standings that were different than what I have written down, and I want to make sure that I wrote down the right standings because it's going to be really awkward if I didn't. So,
Buenos Aires out of the box.
Ooh, good start. We're only
corner to be taken by Gorkov.
Yes, please go.
Nothing going there.
Nope. No, I have the right standings. Okay. That was just weird.
Calm.
Okay. Whatever. I thought I saw that it had like a like, you know, promoted letter next to Paris and not to Buenos Aires. And I'm like, did I miss something? Anyway. So we have Brisky, Paris wearing the blue, Buenos Aires wearing their token red. Brisky taking it to the back line, looking for Cortez.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Leroy Jenkins.
Here's Leonidas Papadopoulos to take the penalty on. Oh boy, fires, and Oakdown guesses wrong, and it's 1-0 Paris in the 10th minute.
Yeah, pretty standard penalty from Papadopoulos. Just sends the keeper the wrong way. Not much to report on there. I have no idea what on earth that foul was for. Just felt unnecessary, but
I mean, there
this
was the
this
ball.
spices up the title race.
There was the ball. It was in the box, Val. Okay, you may have noticed
Yeah,
it was in the box.
I know how penalties work. I just don't know what the player's thought process was. And this is coming from someone who has an expertise in this kind of stuff.
Edwin Vandersloot fires, but it's turned away by Barfoot. Oh, goodness. Here's Gorkov taking the corner. Looking far post, but it's going to be headed away by Horvat. Picked up by Papadopoulos, who's going to take it up the side to Brinsky to Cortez. Cortez, kicks it off Guevara. That's going to be a throw-in. So,
Yeah, pretty cagey start to this one so far. Not a lot of shots early on.
yeah. So as I was saying, the ball was in the box, right? And then
Oh my
the
god.
defending player went for a really, I was about to say really questionable slide, but that was a really questionable shot as he yeets it into row F. But we have of Katarina going forward to Gaverno, looking for Gorkov ahead. Gorkov tonight, back to Gorkov, takes it to the back line in the box. If he were to be tripped here, that would be a penalty. That is how penalties
Yes, I'm
work.
Just wait until I get my revenge when someone gets a goal called off for offside.
It's been happening all year, Val. He's checking the Vandersloot to Calvara. We're going to play a little bit around the midfield. Here's Gaverno going deep for Gorkov, looking for a cross and then cross it right to Washburn. I don't know if Gorkov saw that man is in a different color kit than he is. Typically,
I think
not
he was
who you want to
expecting
pass
a
for.
runner that just didn't make a run.
Yeah. Here's Tolly. Go for it. Edwin Vandersloot fires, but it's blocked by Barfoot.
Nice one-touch build-up there at the top of the AS Puri box, but the end product was not there.
Brinsky headed away by Of Katarina, picked up by Alistair, back over the Brinsky, who just is all alone over in that corner of the field, goes for the cross, but it's going to be crane kicked away by Vandersloot, who just... Poof.
If it works, it works.
I mean, yeah, it stopped the immediate danger. Horvat looked like he was looking for Papadopoulos, but overshot, ends up at Of Katarina. They get it to Tali, over to Gaverno, over to Gorkov. Gaverno can't quite pace to receive that pass. Washburn takes it. But now we have more changes of possession. No one knows how to hold on to the ball. Here's Gorkov going deep for Vandersloot. Vandersloot in the box at the back line. Now the box, back into the box to Calavera. Back out of the box to Brooks Patron. And then we're going all the way back to midfield. We're going back forward. Here's Vandersloot. Fires from outside the box into Rossi.
Something I've noticed is Buenos Aires have been trying to ram everything down the middle, and they're just using their wingers more as just outlets to relieve pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So, and with Puri playing the three central midfielders, things are getting very crowded there, and it's just been kind of sloppy.
Intercepted Papadopoulos over to Brinsky, over to Horvat. They can't take advantage of that quick interception. Except maybe they do. Papadopoulos, Leonidas Papadopoulos scores! And it's 2-0 Puri.
I mean, they've been on the back foot for a lot of this game. They haven't really created a lot of shots, but they get the penalty, and now here, I mean, this is just an absolute dime.
Yeah.
What a ball. What a finish by Papadopoulos. Oakdown can't do anything about it.
And I was literally just saying they couldn't take advantage of the quick interception because they had to go all the way back to midfield, and then Papadopoulos just kind of snuck by everybody. And that's what happens when you let him do that. Here's a good ball to Vandersloot, though, to the back line, going over the tally, and that's going to be turned away by Barfoot. we're going to have a corner from Gorkov as we have 2 minutes of stoppage time in this game. Headed away by Horvat. Looks like it's going to be recovered by Cortez. Ooh, not going into the half yet. Here's Oak going over to Horvat to Papadopoulos. Papadopoulos forward to Cortez. Cortez chips the keeper. It's off the post.
That was a golden opportunity for a dagger right
Yeah.
before halftime. 3-0, and then they just, you're down 2-0 already, and then, Paris get one a second right before the half. I mean, there's your momentum gone.
Right.
But Buenos Aires are still very much in this game. I think aside from the penalty, they've been the team that's created more. They just haven't had the end product. And I think Paris has done a good job of just like clogging the middle, which is where, Buenos Aires have been trying to create so much. Like even their wingers are playing relatively narrow. They're not really stretching the field's width.
Mm-hmm.
Like Vandersloot is cutting in a lot. It's just an observation. We'll see if any subs can alter the pace of play, or the run of play, rather.
That was so much like legitimate commentary that I would never be able to provide. Like I would sit here and I'd just be like, Buenos Aires shoot ball, it don't go in net, it go in crowd. Like a lot.
Juan Pablo Zanetti on for Twilight Sparkle. That is a fullback swap, I believe.
The fans have had to make more saves than the Paris keeper, and that's
Buenos Aires have 6 shots on target.
That's fair. Here's Zanetti going forward to Bull, but that's going to go just wide. Almost.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a replay for offside there, but seems as though the flag stayed down because they did roll a goal kick.
And that's going to be intercepted. Gorkov looked like but here we go. Back to Vandersloot. Vandersloot taking it to the edge of the box, going to the back line, going for the Tally, and that's Amo Tally, and that's a goal. And it's 2-1 Paris.
Edwin Vandersloot on his day is one of my favorite players in this division, and you just see him teach the rookies Zanetti a lesson on one-on-one defending. Puts the ball in and go to a good spot, and that's just a tap in for Tolly. Buenos Aires halfway back.
Mm-hmm. Buenos Aires trying to get 1 point here, because even 1 point for Buenos Aires all but guarantees them promotion, almost. They'd be in the same situation that Paris is in right now, where they would be 6 points up, but with like a ridiculous goal lead. But here's Bull, and that's going to be tipped by Oak down. And that's going to be a corner kick here, 59th minute. Brisky headed away by Guevara, who's going to be kept inbounds by Brisky. And now we're going to have a throw-in, the rare corner throw-in from Brisky. Just kind of taken away by Gorkov. Brisky looked like he had no care to keep that possession of that. That was a very risky pass to the keeper. Something is coming of it. Here's Tolly. Tolly going over the Gorkov. Gorkov might have a little bit of an open shot, but it gets swallowed up. Tolly fires into the concession stand.
Yeah, good direct play there from Buenos Aires, getting the ball forward really quickly. But again, just the end product was not there on that occasion.
Knight with the good header to stop the throw-in from going to Paris. And now we're going to go forward again, looking for Gorkov. They find Gorkov, gets past Brisky. Gorkov goes back to Knight. Knight goes forward to Tolly, back to Gorkov, fires, and that's going to be a goal kick as it goes over the net.
Not a bad shot there by Gorkov, just a little bit off. Try to curl it past Barflett. Just a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Not enough swerve.
Ooh, Vandersloot just multiple slides, not a care in the world.
More like Vanderslide.
Yeah. Cortez, that stayed in bounds, but it was just taken by Knight, who clears it out to the midway line here, the midfield line. I don't know why I just forgot the word for midfield. We're going to get to Alistair.
Words are hard.
They are. Oak taking it at the very corner of the box, goes back to Horvat, back forward to Oak, and they look for someone inside, but Papadopoulos tried to head it, but Oak down snatches it out of the air.
Yeah, just not enough on that header. Corner. Game in the last 15 minutes of this big game.
And that's David Brooks-Patron on the corner to equalize the game in the 77th minute.
Just not a lot you can do off a corner. There's just so many bodies there. I think there were 2 Buenos Aires players in the mix, and Brooks-Patron, the guy whose name sounds like a mix of Bruxish and Blacephalon, has leveled this huge match in the title fight.
So here's Vandersloot taking it up the side. Stays inbounds, goes back to Brooks-Patron, over the Catarina, gets it over to Mike Checker, forward to Calavera, to Guevara, going forward to Gorkov. Gorkov to Tully, and that's going to be tipped over by Barfoot.
Yeah, I kind of touched on it by just saying gap there, but Imo Tolly, way too much space allowed there.
Ooh, almost another goal off the corner. Gorkov really placing those corners well today. Whew. Take a second to breathe. Barfoot just kind of falls on the ball, 84th minute, rolls it out to Newport over the Brisky. No break in the action here as Brisky goes deep for Papadopoulos.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my, why is he so far out of the goal? That's a goal for Leonidas Papadopoulos. And it's 3-2 Puri. What is he doing?
No, Oak down. Well, he gambled, but he did not pay off. It just comes way out. Papadopoulos just has a wide open net. And credit to him for the finish, but what on earth is Oak down doing this late in the game?
And that's a hat trick for Papadopoulos, but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it, Val. I'm gonna say it. If you're a goaltender, tend the goal. Here's Vandersloot trying to equalize it quickly. It's going to be saved by Barfoot. Roll out of bounds. 88th minute. Gorkov taking a corner again. Does he have another equalizer magic in him? And that's going to be headed away. So Checker with the steal here goes for Tali. No, intercepted by Horvat over to Oak. Oak goes for Bull. Bull to Brisky on the edge of the box. Goes in back to Bull. Bull being marked by Brooks-Patron goes back. Oh, Leonidas Papadopoulos, what just happened?
Looks like he deflected that home on the way in. We'll get a replay here, but that's a dagger for AS Paris, and the final day is gonna be extra spicy.
Yeah.
So Bull pulls it back to Brisky. Yeah, Papadopoulos just deflects that one in.
Oh.
Buenos Aires are going to be kicking themselves about this one.
Yeah.
I mean, as that free kick is going to be wide.
Wide. And the game could end at any moment now, and that will do it. AS Paris takes a huge victory over Buenos Aires.
Leonidas Papadopoulos, big game, big time players make big time plays, but Buenos Aires are going to be kicking themselves over this one. I mean, that's multiple, okay, you can't really do much on that fourth goal. You know, it was just a tap in, maybe fell asleep. But the first goal being a penalty, the third goal with Oak down coming way out for whatever reason. This feels more like they just self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah.
And I really feel for their management team, because this is the type of game where you look at it as a manager, it's like, I don't think there was anything fundamentally wrong with their tactics. You look at the XG, it was pretty even, and that's even with Paris having a 0.7 boost from the penalty. This game was there for the taking, and it was just silly individual mistakes. Just... I've been there before. It is maddening.
The worst part is that penalty came 10 minutes into the game, so that sets such a momentum shift right at the very beginning of the game, and it's hard to come back from that.
But they did. They were down 2-0. They came back with 15 minutes to go. and then just, oh my goodness.
So
I
that's going
mean,
to put,
you, you can't say the blockbuster game of the day didn't live up to its hype, because it sure did.
yeah. So that's going to put Paris up in first place with 29 points, plus 23 goal differential. Buenos Aires will be at 28 points with their plus 19 goal differential. And I'm going to quickly see if I can get the schedule for the final day up while we wait for our next game. Our next game on the docket today is Accra versus Romana. Accra currently sitting 6th in the table at 12 points and a negative 6 goal differential. Romana sitting 5th in the table at 16 points and negative 6 goal differential.
Yeah, it's not been a bad first season for AC Romana. I know I've harped on it a lot, but I think they've built a really solid foundation so far, and they can be pretty happy with how this season's gone. Like, even though, yeah, the record isn't particularly great, they've shown some signs that they can be something. And for
Right.
Accra, they've been kind of in a bit of a retool year, but this should still be a pretty interesting matchup.
For what it's worth, Buenos Aires plays Reykjavik at home, it looks like, on the final day, and Paris is traveling to Romana on that final day. So a lot can still happen at the top of the table there. We could have something interesting.
And don't
Oh,
we like spiciness?
you and your spicy meatballs, yes.
I mean, hey, the Italian team is playing this one.
Yeah.
Not that they're not from the country of Yates, they're from Rome, as in Italy.
You know, I was hosting trivia earlier tonight, and there was a question about a large Europe, or I think it was Western Asian country. The answer was Kazakhstan, and my wife submitted Romania, and I don't know if I've ever told her the country of Gates backstory, or if she just hilariously, coincidentally submitted Romania. But I got a good laugh out of it. Oh boy! So this game, there's not much to play for this game. This game is purely for pride purposes. Like, Accra can't even jump Romana if they win this game. But you want to end the season on a high note. So
Yeah, and sometimes you don't need to have stakes to have a good game.
right. So let us hope that is the case today, and we at least have a fun, exciting game that we can talk about for
Taking a while to boot up.
right.
Hey, all I have to do is complain.
Alrighty.
Can't
So
accuse me of not caring.
I can accuse you of being a Karen. Um
I'm not Danielle Reina.
so in the Brian abbreviation nightmare of ACC versus ACR, when Accra is one of the teams involved, Accra is wearing the white kits, Romana wearing their black kits, but just like
With hints of purple.
with hints of purple. We're in the 12th minute already. Here's Selic taking it towards the corner, goes back to Whittington, over to Druid, back forward to Selic. Selic fires, saved by Hill. So we got a good shot here. Now we're going right back into it with a 13th minute throw-in. It's going to be passed forward to Jeremiah, forward to King. They were looking for Murphy, but Freddie catches up with it first. And they're going to go deep, finds Konstantin Selic over to Berbatov, to Taco Cat, forward to Konstantin Selic, fires, and it's just wide.
Yeah, would have liked to get a replay, because that felt pretty close with the offside.
You were just so like waiting for this offside.
I'm not even. It's just an observation, and also I'm really bad at tracking things.
What happened? What just happened? It's an own goal.
That's an own goal.
Oh no!
Well, I was busy focusing on being sassy that I forgot to do my job. Oh yeah, that's just a freak blounce. Blounce? Blounce? Freak bounce off the back of Nunez, and I don't know what Hill was doing there. Was he like that kid on the youth team that was busy picking daisies?
Why does this always happen to us, Val? God.
I don't know.
All right, well, it's 1-0 Accra. I had to think about it for a minute, which abbreviation I was looking at.
Accra has 2 C's.
Yes, I'm aware, Val. Thank you. But you know what? Accra also has an A, C, and R in that order. So,
it's 2 C's, then the R. SMH.
oh my god, you're gonna drive me
You
to
heard the
drink.
pause about spelling.
You're gonna drive me to
Something
drink.
B. Oh no.
Corner headed away. It's going to be recovered by Selic, who keeps it in bounds. Oh, and that's all we're
I don't
going to
even
get.
have my water.
Hill kicking it out to Nunez. It's going to be intercepted by Cat over to Zerhoni. Forward to Whittington to Druid. Druid looking for Taco Cat, but it's going to be intercepted by Schweinsteiger. They get it over to Jeremiah, over to Nunez. Nunez goes forward to Schweinsteiger again. 42nd minute. They get it over to Jeremiah, back to Nunez, over to Stojakovic, and all the way back to Hill. Gets it back over to the other Nunez, who gets us a smart to Stojakovic, and we're going to go back to Hill, and we're just going to play this game inside our own box in what could be a very dangerous thing. Here's
Oh, yeah, it was dangerous.
And there it is! Konstantin Selic takes advantage. It's 2-0.
You press hard enough, eventually you force the mistake. I mean, this was a bit lackadaisical from Romana, and Accra smells blood in the water. It's right there, Berbatov winning it back, and Selic with a very, very nice finish.
Yeah. All right.
And the first goal was a freak deflection. The second goal, that was just Romana got too lackadaisical, and Accra was like, this swimmer's leg looks very yummy.
Ooh. King goes to the trip on Whittington. Whittington stays up. Play continues to get the ball over to Selic. Over to Dion, going forward to Selic again, and that's wide.
Konstantin Selic is on a mission today.
Oh my god, we're doing it again. Okay, thank God we cleared it out. No, we're back in it. Nunez just kind of yeets it over towards midfield. They find Faso Latido, who's going to take it forward, looking for Jeffrey Levert.
Nice.
Fires! Oh, what a shot by Jeffrey Levert. And that's going to bring it closer 2-1.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do the thing. And it's through this ball here. Finds the veteran Levert.
Man,
very good finish.
I thought you were going do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, vert, but... Oh, lines are close.
Hey, there's your offside.
The lines are close. The lines are close.
It's our first shot on target of the game.
Oh my god. All right. So we hit the half. It's 2-1 in favor of Accra on the I don't even know what happened on goal. And then the laser from Selic. Oh my god. What a first half that was.
Romana had been a little bit too lackadaisical playing it out of the back. And that's kind of what happened on their second goal. The first goal, it's just like freak bounces happen. You know, that's the nature of the sport. Even if it sucks for, I believe that was Milton Nunez. Remember, they have two Nunezes. Two Nunezes, one may say. But hey, they got that. And we have a sub. Brock Sherwood is on for Jeremiah.
Oh boy. Okay.
Who was a footballer, not a bullfrog. That reference is going to make sense to someone.
It made sense to me.
Okay, good.
Which means you're hitting the old crowd. Congratulations.
Listen, I have appeal to a lot of people.
So here we go. King, who's looking for Levert, but it's going to be intercepted by Yowelian. Over to Larock, who's going to clear it out to Dion. Dion to Schenkinger. They go back to Larock, who's going to go out deep all the way across the field, but it's going to be intercepted back by Romana, going forward to Latino. Latino going looking for King, but intercepted by Whittington. They get it to Selic to Dion, who's going forward looking for Berbatov, but it's going to be taken away by one of the Nunez, one of the Nunez. They get it to Selic to Whittington. Here's Konstantin Selic, and he fires and he scores. What a shot. 3-1 Accra.
Second of the game for Konstantin Selic. One who a couple years ago had a very prolific season at this level. Just comes from a failed clearance and then beautiful through ball.
Yeah, that is that is something. All right. So 55th minute. We go forward to Murphy, over to Latino. Romana has to try to make something happen here. They go back to King, over to Nunez, forward to King again. King has an open shot, but a good diving save by Larock. Throw in from Nunez, over to Murphy, looking. Okay. Larock ends up with the ball. I don't know if that was an intercept and a pass or if that was just a really, really lob shot. But we have Whittington with the ball now, over to Schenkinger. Over to Freddie, looking for Berbatov. That's going to be headed away by Nunez. They get it over to King, looking for Levert, overshoots, gets it to Freddie. Larock clears it out all the way to the other side of the field, looking for Selic. Selic beats Nunez. Selic gets to the box, tries to do some fancy footwork, but can't get a clean shot. Druid, Stojakovic, what a goal from Konstantin Selic. The pass, it was almost intercepted on the challenge, and Selic goes and picks it up anyway and converts it for the hat trick.
Yeah, Konstantin Selic is out for blood today. It kind of comes from a broken play there. Just a whiff clearance and just what is going on with Romana at the back today? Like what have the Goths snuck in?
Oh my goodness! Here's King going forward for Murphy.
Oh my goodness!
Way out of goal. Why do we keep doing this? But not punished for it this time. Schweinsteiger gets it over to one of the Nunez. Nunez going to Sherwood, back to Nunez, over to Schweinsteiger again, going forward for Levert. Levert goes for the clean shot, but no, Freddie's going to get in front of him. But now we have a shot, and it's going to be saved by Larock.
Almost feels like a bit of a traffic jam there.
Yeah, I couldn't even see who took the shot because there were just so many people there. But there you go for Konstantin Selic. Nunez with the fail. It's off the post. Almost a fourth goal for Selic. Nunez went for the challenge and missed, and Selic almost took advantage, rattling it off the post. Now intercepted. Nunez clears it out. They're going to go all the way back to Larock, who only take it out to Freddie. I'm surprised. Usually he goes all the way to the other side of the field, but did not. Here's Whittington going to Taco Cat. Cat going for the lob pass, going to be intercepted by Nunez. Nunez going forward to Latino to Smart. Smart goes back to Stojakovic, back to Nunez. Nunez is going to kind of hold on to the ball for a little bit. 65th minute. And they're going forward to King. King with
way
an
off.
open All right. He is
I think
offside.
that was offside.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, so offside, he was practically across the border in Togo. Although Togo is so narrow, he might have actually ended up in Benin.
I love that you just not only he is way off.
I also just want to flex my geography.
We're going for the very dangerous triangle strategy in the back again. Scares me every time now. Who's drew it? I think that went off the post. Did that go off the post? Did that go off Hill? I don't know. I think it went off Hill because we're getting a corner here from Dion. That's going to be headed away. Llewellyn will pick it up, gets it forward to Dion. Goes to Salic again. Saved by Hill. 80th minute now.
Just been really sloppy in the back from Romana. Like the rest of the team has not played bad. It's just that their defense has just been very weird.
Here's Laverne. Gets blocked by Freddie. I apologize. Continue.
Yeah, it's just been really sloppy play out of the back. Like, you look at the XG, like, this should not be the 4-1 scoreline that it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just some, you have the freak bounce that happens, but I feel like these last few have just been simple mistakes or whiffed clearances or whatever in the back. But I believe this team has a very young back line, so it's like, that happens. Growing pains. Here's
Berbatov going forward to Selic. Fired. Konstantin Selic scores again. 5-1 Accra. He scored from near outside the box.
What is it with today in 4-goal games?
I don't know.
I believe that's 2.
Yeah.
Once again, like, he just gets a little bit too much space. And you don't want to, he's an assassin in this division. You don't want to give him that too much space. He found that extra sliver. But again, you look at the XG, it's like 1.76 to 1.86. Like,
yeah,
you're being outplayed, but not to 5-1.
Yeah. Levert was trying to sneak it, and that's going to be the whistle blown on full time. Accra takes a commanding victory. 5-1. So that's
yeah, when you're playing this aggressive offensively a tactic, like this basically 3-2-5, you need your defenders to be able to get the ball out of there quickly. And they just didn't, and Konstantin Salic just feasted.
Yeah. Like, my goodness.
And I mean, Accra, with the three center backs and the 2 wing backs, it looks like they came prepared for the throwback style, and they were just able to punish them on the counter. Because if we take a look, like, they were dominated in possession, but they were incisive and they were decisive.
Right. So no actual standing movement comes from that, but Accra now only 1 point behind Romana for 5th place going into the final day. So now we have Buenos Aires is 1 point behind Paris. Accra is 1 point behind Romana. It's going to be a fun final day, I think. But before we get to that final day, we have to complete today as we get into our next game, Seoul versus Montreal. And this is a very, very big game for more than one reason.
Yeah, isn't Seoul still in the promotion hunt? Or actually, maybe both these teams are. I don't have the standings in front of me.
Seoul is not in the promotion hunt. However, Montreal needs a win. They need 3 points. 1 point here is not good enough. If Montreal gets even 1 point, both Buenos Aires and Paris clinch promotion. And the final day just comes down to who's the league champion. If Montreal gets a win here, then they'll be 2 points behind Buenos Aires going into the final day. and we could see something crazy happen. But Seoul playing in the white kits, Montreal playing in the looked like black. So
Yeah,
we are
black,
off and
green,
running.
and assorted other colors.
Peterson with a throw into Manone.
May or
They
may
get
not
back to the goal. Peterson on the edge of the box, and that's going to be. Someone took that out. That ball
Boing,
just bounced
boing.
everywhere. It's off
Oh,
the post. Vilk almost gets tripped. No foul called. It's off the post. Things are happening. Funyuns has the ball. We get it to Wartooth. Funyuns, the official snack of the SSL. Hashtag not sponsored. Wartooth goes across the middle looking for Manone, but nothing doing. Peterson just kicks it off of Okocha.
And breathe. But yeah, I mean, sometimes a little bit of chaos can be your best creator, and it almost was for it was almost there because there was the shot off the bar. Jesus Christ! Can I form a coherent sentence?
I'm very surprised that there was no foul called on there. Not because it was a hard foul, but because of the situation where the ball had just flown off the post and it had the foul, the tackle happened like 2 feet away from the ball that just hit the post. Like,
I think I saw someone just took a knock in this game, like a one they'll be able to play through, but one that might be worth keeping an eye on.
Peterson goes forward to Funyuns over to Vilk. Vilk takes it to Wartooth. Wartooth to Funyuns, and Bismo Funyuns, his first goal of the season. That ball bounced everywhere.
Yeah, it was looking, as the play built up, just too much space right there in front of the goal. There were 2 Montreal players, and they had an overload there. And they found one. They found one of those players. They finished 1-0.
Yeah.
Is it perhaps game on in the promotion chase tomorrow, or whenever? 2 days from now? I don't know. Time is fake.
I believe it will be 2 days from now at the time of airing. So we have Funyuns over to Wartooth, back over the Funyuns.
There are better spices than time.
That's fair. Ooh, no foul called on Aloisi there. Funyuns didn't go over, but he wanted the call. Anyway, here's Casual, but it's going to be blocked and then cleared out by Tenderloin, who just yeets it. And now we're right back into the action here. Mueller going forward to Okocha. Okocha into the box, going for the cross to Paul. Paul goes for another cross-headed jumping save by Duke. Okay. We have a second.
Are you sure about that?
No. As Aloisi makes a steal over the Mueller, but that's going to be stolen back. They get over the Vilk, over the Funyuns. Funyuns goes forward to Casual. Casual goes out to Peterson, takes it into the box, goes all the way towards the backs, find Motor back Peterson. Motor fires. I don't know where he was shooting, but it was nowhere near the goal. He was offside anyway. Maybe that's why he just yeeted it. But
your favorite.
Yes. I love the offsides. It's just one day I'll learn.
I see another offside.
Yep. 2 minutes of stoppage time, and we hit the half. Montreal is up 1-0 at the halftime, up 5 shots to 3, 2 on target to 1. And if you look at the shot map, apparently Seoul MFC shooting has been awful. Game's words, not mine.
They haven't seen a lot of the ball. Like, I think that the possession stat was like 63-37 in favor of Montreal. And I mean, this has been a pretty uneventful match so far. Like, there's been times where it's just gone like complete chaos for a few seconds, and then complete chaos for a few seconds, and then so, yeah, I'm hoping for a little bit more fireworks in the second half. Maybe it's just also because the first 2 games were so good and so chaotic.
Oh,
But Montreal will be very happy with this so far.
yeah.
Keep the
Like,
dream alive going into the final day.
yeah, like
Do
we
you
said,
have the final day schedule by any chance?
I think I might still have it up here. Let's see. Montreal will be playing Accra on the final day. And like I said, Buenos Aires is playing Reykjavik. So it's like I said, Montreal needs a win before we can get to that final day and look at Montreal, Accra, and Reykjavik, Buenos Aires. They need to finish out this game. Here's Jiricek coming in for
Yeah, I
Seoul.
didn't catch who came out there, unfortunately.
Was it Speed? I mean, it might have been Speed. I don't remember. Here's Vilk. Ooh, just almost tripped, and never mind. We're going to have. Ooh, it's a yellow card from Pork Tenderloin. Mere seconds into the half.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna try and make a food joke, but my brain just was not processing it. It's funny because processed food.
Here's man off the post. Duke misses a save, but it hits off the woodwork. And the 1-0 lead is preserved.
I feel like that was Seoul's first real look of this game so far. And I mean, they came close. Just didn't respect the equipment.
Oh, excuse me. Okay. Ryan going back to Holmberg to Jiricek. Back over to Ryan. Ooh, good challenge by
Impressive.
Casual. Gets it to Motor.
Oh, what a
Motor
ball!
going to Vilk, and that's Dominic Vilk. It's 2-0 Montreal.
Oh, baby, this is the Team Chaos is enjoying this one. Casual, that's a very daring challenge to make when you're on a yellow. And what a ball that is by Muller to Vilk,
Yeah.
who just slots it home calmly. Manuel Neuer picked that ball out of the back of the net. Let's take a look at the timing of this run again.
Oh,
Yeah, he is just barely kept on there by the right-sided center back. I couldn't catch who that was, unfortunately. My viewing angle is not exactly ideal in this here press box.
do you know what I observed about that? Do you
The
know what
lines
I
were
caught?
close.
The lines were close. Motor to Vilk to Wartooth. Wartooth trying to look for Funyuns, so passes it to Aloisi instead. It's going to be cleared out, but recovered by Phantom Ends. Phantom Ends to Matthew to Motor to Funyuns to Minone over the Casual. Back over to Minone over to Vilk. Vilk trying to get it into the box, does, but then takes it right back out of the box over to Wartooth. Wartooth goes over to Funyuns. Funyuns marked by 2 people, goes back to Wartooth instead, thinks better of it. Motor back to Wartooth, going forward to Casual, tries to chip the keeper, and does, and that's
Flags up.
Casual.
I've been waiting for that one.
Minone takes the ball over to Peterson, goes forward, Casual, looking to get it back, and it's going to be saved by Dior. 65th minute. Funyuns looked like he was trying to go to far post, but didn't quite make it. It's going to be picked up by Okocha. Good challenge. They're going to go deep out to Phantom Ends over to Minone. Minone taking the ball up over to Peterson. Peterson takes it all the way to that back corner, looks for the cross to Vilk, and that's going to be saved by Nior. Here's Peterson on the throne again over to Minone, but it's going to be headed away by Aloisi. Man going to take it up midfield, goes straight up the sideline. You get to Ryan to a coach at Aloisi to Mueller, but it's going to be blocked and taken out by Funyuns. That was the worst time ever to need to yawn, and that's your.
How are you yawning? This game has definitely taken on some life in the second half.
Because I have been up for almost 19 hours now. I'm tired.
That is a awake stamina skill issue.
I agree. But Get over the tenderloin to Mertz, who's going to go back to Nior. You're going to try to clear it out, get it to Paul. That's a random trip on man, but nothing called. Paul fires, and that goes wide. Nobody's going to say anything about the random trip on man, huh? We're just going to let that one go.
It was a gopher under the pitch. Do they have gophers in South Korea?
They might. So Funyuns.
Anyone know their fauna of South Korea? Please let me know. Surely you've got to have one K-pop stan.
Oh my god! What a challenge by Holmberg! No foul called. Man goes down again.
Yeah, and that's a yellow card to Vis Matthew.
And now another yellow card for Jiricek. What is happening? Vilk over the Funyuns. Funyuns fires over the goal.
Scores once, and all of a sudden, just shooting go burr.
Thinks he can just do whatever he wants. You score once after becoming the official snack of the SSL. Think you can do anything. So here's Fantabend over to Minone. Over to Vilk. Vilk on the very edge of the box, looking for Minone. It's going to be wide. Oh, God. I await the day where we get a second snack-related name in the SSL, and I have to make a choice between who is the official snack of the SSL.
They could be different snacks. Like, if someone was Fruit Gushers, they could be the official fruit snack of the SSL.
There you go. There you go.
See, I'm living in 3000
into the box, fires wide.
I'm thinking ahead.
Here's Funyuns with the free kick.
Neuer looked indecisive there.
And this game could be ending at any second. Mueller taking it up the side. This is pure. Oh, a trip! And Vilk gonna pull. No yellow card for that? Okay.
Yeah, that seemed like a tactical foul. I would have given a yellow, but I am also not a referee.
So here's Minona, and that's going to do it. The final whistle has been blown. Montreal takes a needed 2-0 victory over Seoul.
Yeah, I mean, they came and they did what they needed to do to keep that spark alive for the final day. Very good performance from Montreal United. Seoul, I mean, you have one shot on target. Like, at least make the keeper make a save.
Right.
But this was also a very chippy game. We see the foul discrepancy. It's 17-14, 31 fouls in this game.
There were six yellow cards. There were there were 5 yellow cards in the second half, Val.
Yeah, very chippy game, but Montreal comes out on top, and they still have that hope going into the final day.
Yeah.
That perhaps something could happen. But a good day in the office. They did what they needed to do. And we'll see what happens on that final day when it comes to that.
Yeah, the final day just became very interesting, especially if you're a Buenos Aires fan. You can now either your final day can range from winning the league to not getting promoted.
Yeah, we've seen the chaos of the final day in this league before, so I would not want to be in Buenos Aires' shoes. Please ignore that we kind of are. That I kind of am, because stressing about goal difference and shit.
Division 2 stream, Val. Division 2 stream. So,
sorry, I'm trying to relate to people.
So that's going to bring us to our final game of the day. Reykjavik versus Laos. Reykjavik currently sitting at 7th in the table with 11 points and a -4 goal differential. Laos sitting 8th in the table with 2 points and a very negative goal differential. So,
yeah, Reykjavik, it's been a trying season for them. It reminds me of kind of what happened to them last season, when they were Sydney in Division 1, where they had a decent start and
Mhm.
then just kind of started slumping and haven't really gotten out of it.
Yeah.
But these two, like, Laos, an expansion team, obviously is going to have some trouble getting off the ground. Reykjavik, while not a true expansion team, with how much turnover they've had in the last season and a half, it's basically been like almost like going through an expansion process.
Right.
So, especially finishing this season strong is going to be key. Bring some momentum in to the next season with you.
But so we will see what happens in this final game of the day. But
Are there two more contrasting climates in this division? You got Iceland, which is, literally Iceland, even though, it was kind of a trick.
right.
And then, Laos is baking hot and humid.
Is that a 4-3-3? Would you call that for Laos? Or is that 4-2-1-3?
Honestly, I could see how it's like a 4-3-3, but I feel like that's more of like, I'm going to have to see it again, but my first instinct is like sort of a weird inverted diamond.
Mm-hmm. So here's Letitia going forward to Andrews to Mutasi. Gets back to Letitia. Going towards the sideline. Looks for the cross to Lapta. Finds him, but Lapta doesn't have the clean shot. There's just a lot of red kits in front, in between the ball. And then Andrews sneaks past it, but can't get the ball in. That's going to be a goal kick. Free
Yeah,
kick.
that was an excellent ball in, but
Yeah. I said there were a lot of defenders just right in the middle there, and they managed to sneak it by. But here's Letitia over to Scarpetta. Scarpetta back to Letitia, back to Scarpetta. Chicken trying to get in the way of it. They're going to go all the way back to Lua. Over to the other Scarpetta, because we have the Scarpetta on.
what is it with D2 and brothers?
Mutasi over to Andrews, over to Lapta. Lapta has the clean shot, fires, and it goes in. Zizou Lapta. Second goal of the year, 1-0, Reykjavik.
Take a look here at the build-up. It's just playing left to right. Lapta just places that really well out of the reach of the goalkeeper to the far post. Very good finish. And Reykjavik leads.
So here we go. Hall being trailed closely by Laudrup gets it out. Over to Mbappe, who fires, and that's going to be a goal kick. Yeah, whew.
Yeah, it's kind of an inverted narrow diamond with two D mids.
But yeah, on that goal, Lapta just plain outpaced everybody and just got the open field in front of them and got to take the free shot. And boy, did they
And to
make
be
that
fair, it
shot
was
count.
very well placed.
Yeah. And that's going to take us into the half. Reykjavik with a 1-0 lead over Red Star Laos, even though they trail in the shots department and the on-target shots department. They lead in the one stat that matters, and that is goal scored.
Also, their looks were usually better than Laos's. I don't think we really had any like big chances from the visitors. They've just been keeping the ball pretty well.
Yeah. So we are just already flying through the second half. Insert like F1 car sound here. Throw in from Scarpetta to Mbappe.
Oh,
You ever see
that
that
was
one
my
video?
attempt.
You ever see that one video of someone who took like an F1 race and replaced all the sounds of the cars with just someone going meow?
I have.
I love that video. It's a great video. But here we go. Mutasi going for Andrews all by himself, but can't convert the opportunity.
Yeah, like a baseball hitter trying to pull the ball over the fence and pulls it a little too much. Foul ball.
Yep. So here's Hall.
What a ball.
Mutasi, Selly, what a save. No, it wasn't even a save. It's a goal kick. I don't even know what happened
unmarked
there.
at that back post.
Here's Lula taking it out, but it's going to be intercepted by free kick, but then recovered. Here's Lopta going over to Lachlan O'Rourke, back to Scarpetta, over to Lopta again. Lopta takes it in the box. Goes over to O'Rourke. Lachlan O'Rourke shoots and scores, and it's 2-0 Reykjavik.
Yeah, that entire play, I was looking at O'Rourke, and it's like you just give O'Rourke the ball, and there's a pretty good chance. And that's exactly what happens. Just a little bit too much space, peels off the defender, finishes to the far post. That's a pretty tough finish from that angle.
Yeah.
And where the ball was placed. But again, Reykjavik, finishing their opportunities.
Lopta fires. Oof, that's going to be a goal kick. Lopta fired it from like 30 yards out. As you do. Oh, goodness. 76 minute now. We get it to Megamind, who's going to go deep out looking for Payet. It's going to be headed away by Ladiver, though. Reykjavik comes up with the ball. Here's Mbappe going back to Hall over to Ladiver. Ladiver goes back to Scarpetta. Scarpetta goes forward to Letizier over to Mutasi. Mutasi trying to get past Johnson, but can't. Gets it over to Mbappe again. Mbappe with Tilo very closely marking him. Gets over to Letizier for a little bit of breathing room. We get to Lopta. Lopta past everybody. Chips the keeper. And then Zizou Lopta. His second goal of the game. 3-0.
I would like some Pico de Gallo with that chip, please. You take a look. Letizier open on that far side. Gets the ball in. Lopta takes a touch with the chest. Selly comes off the line. Cheeky little chip. What a game Lopta is having.
Oh. Offside replay. Let's see.
That's Andrews. That was off, but he was not interfering with the play. That was not a very good camera angle to see that tight offside call from.
Yeah, but the lines didn't look all that close. I feel like it was fine. Only 2 minutes of stoppage time here, and that's going to do it. We have reached full time. Reykjavik takes the 3-0 victory over Laos. So
yeah, pretty solid day in the office. The first half was pretty unremarkable, but they just absolutely choked Laos out in the second half. I mean, look at the XG. Laos flatlined in the second half, and Reykjavik just decided to open fire. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. So that's going to put Reykjavik up to 14 points, which actually only puts them 2 points behind Romana for 5th place, 1 point behind Accra for 6th. So we could have some mid-table movement here on the final game day. Granted, if Reykjavik wants to move up, they're going to have to beat Buenos freaking Ares, but
strange things have happened in this league on the final day.
This is true. Stranger things have happened. But I am very, 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 very much looking forward to this final day. This final day should be some good stuff.
It's gonna slap.
Oh, goodness. 63% possession for Reykjavik to 37 for Laos. 7
and
fouls.
They were effective with that possession too. Like they weren't just parking the bus for the sake, just kicking it around for the sake of kicking it around. No, they were patiently waiting, looking for gaps to open up. And then in the second half, they used it also effectively as a defensive weapon because, look at that XG graph.
Yeah.
Laos literally flatlined in the second half. I don't think they actually had a shot.
No, I don't think they did. I don't think they were even really in the attacking third at all. It was just a very, very good second half performance by Reykjavik.
Mm-hmm.
And Zizou Lapta taking man of the match with a 9.3 rating. Which
And
is
2 goals.
Yeah. Which, some would say pretty good. But that will wrap it up here for our game days. That was the final game of the day. Let's see if we can get a quick shot of the standings as we go into the final match day. No, boy, I can't believe another season has already gone past us.
Yeah, there's going to be plenty to play for on this
Yeah.
final day. Like, grab your popcorn.
Yeah.
Maybe even grab other assorted types of... Maybe even bring the caramel popcorn.
Yeah. And like you said, the promotion is
Actually, Paris clinched the league.
See,
To that table.
This is what I was talking about with I think the standings I had were different than the standings that we had. But that's okay. So Paris clinched the league. So congratulations to them.
And our apologies on not noticing it sooner.
Yeah. That is I apologize for that.
I'm gonna blame some random microstate because I don't know. Sao Tome and Principe had it coming.
Yeah, hold on a second. Oh, okay. There was an error in the index. Okay, that's fine. So Paris has clinched. I told you I saw something at the start of the day. I'm glad to know I'm not crazy. Anyway,
You are, but like
not in this case. So Paris has won the league, and they're definitely being promoted. For the second promotion spot, it's a 2-horse race between Buenos Aires and Montreal United. That's going to come down to the final day. Like we said, Buenos Aires is playing Reykjavik. Montreal is playing Romana. And even outside promotion, there's still a lot that can move around here. As Accra, man, my things are all over the place. As Accra can move up to 6th, Reykjavik can move up to 5th, Romana can move up to 4th. Like, a lot of things can happen. It's shaping up to be a very, very exciting final day. So,
once again, grab that popcorn and drink and assorted other snacks.
Yeah,
it's gonna be good.
But as for Matchday 13, that's going to do it for us tonight. As always, if you stuck it out through all 4 games with us, it is very much appreciated. And I hope that you had as good of a time as I did. And I hope that Val, you had as good of a time as I did, because we had some good laughs along the way. But and like we've been saying for the past 5 or so minutes, the final match day is shaping up to be a good one. So I hope you'll join us for that final match day. And until then, I've been Xenlos.
And I've been Val.
And I hope you have a fantastic night.